Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Oh, goes the win! Francis Ngannou!
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow!
It's very rare.
What a finish!
Another one.
Really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to
It's a knockout!
Oh my
It's a knockout!
And he's closing it, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it! Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the tangent.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow, how good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful.
What's up, Mo Frackies? Hey, I don't know how this new software works. I don't know. I got over it. I'm already way over it. But cheers to 10th Mountain. You see it behind me. Go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in the code VTT. All right, you get yourself a discount.
Maybe get hopped up. Maybe make some bad decisions. You never know.
We haven't had, all three of us together in about 3 weeks, a month?
What, 3 weeks?
I miss Bill's face.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
I mean, it's crazy. But say hi if you're on the
Touche.
thread. Say
Touche,
hi
big
where
fella.
you're watching from. And, talk about the fights a little bit. That's what we're doing here. I don't know if you know that's what we're doing on this VTT's Fight Show Sports Pick'em.
To you, Albert.
That's what we got. Yeah, and so Albert's already on there.
Like if you got two things to do, which is get drunk or study the fights, get drunk because we did your homework for you.
Right, exactly. They're going to tell you how to bet, and we're going to nail it. So Brian's always on. Love you, Brian. Oh, and look at old Keith Bach. Keith Bach must be short timing with all this time to watch, some stupid drunk guys on YouTube or wherever the hell he's watching, on the Facebook metaverse. I don't know, whatever. So I was golfing today. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I've been having a few cocktails. And
but if you stood up and sit back down, we could be able to tell.
Ooh, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to stay right here for the next hour. So yeah,
You look like you're doing the invisible chair for the first 4 or 5 steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you get straight up.
But anyways, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys and ladies that are watching. So what we do here is Me, the big girl, I picked the fights. Right? I don't know what I'm talking about. Although I'm starting to get some of these fighters' names because we've been doing it for 3 years. So it's like I'm starting to understand some of them. But I still don't give a shit. All right. I still call it underwear fighting. It's not real fighting. Unless you can eye gouge and kick in the groin, it's not real. Until that happens, I'm just going to pick based off their name and their jawline. So don't listen to me. However, I have the two superstars with me. And let's start with the non-champion. Okay,
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, we have VTT's Trigger Joe. All right. And now with almost what seems to be an insurmountable lead.
It's
right?
4.
Like, I don't know if we could ever recover from that as 11 Bravos.
I will say this to our audience. Have fun with the rivalry. We do, but I gave you the winning bet that night, and that's the one I made, which was the fight ending early.
Yes.
Sometimes we got to pick a fighter. I like to gamble a little bit.
That is true. That is true. So, anyways, it is what it is. Now I get to introduce the champ. All right, who for the last multiple years has somehow found a way.
It's not multiple.
The two cockiest guys bend the knee and say you're the greatest. So Bill Send It 7 Pearson, the champ, is with us. So what's new, guys? What we got going on? What's going on in the fight world?
The fight world, this fight cards, it's not bad for a fight night. I'll give you that.
Get ready for some BS because this is going to be. I listen. Last week, it was either 4 for 4 or 3 for 4 on the first 4 fights going over.
Yeah.
That went over. Like there was 4 in a row. And I'm telling you, I have a parlay that's just the distance. And it's a long one, but I'm going to give it to you guys and I'm going to give you what it pays off because I've been killing it on under overs lately.
I think they're just getting ready for that. The next pay-per-view is an amazing fight card. And I also think it's a big money maker for us. So if you pay attention to us and you like money, listen to our pay-per-view fight card show. I'm going to win us some money.
I tell you another thing. Bill may be the only one who's seen this, but our hatred for Sean Strickland is based mainly on the fact that he's audibly offensive. His fight style is visually offensive. He's just a points guy with a bit. He talks a lot, but his press conference for this fight had to make some people at the UFC cringe. He hit every ethnicity, every gender, the trans community. I mean, he offended everyone and he didn't care. He said women should go back to the kitchen. Like Sean Strickland is trying to pull a Colby Covington or something to because they told Colby Covington they were going to can him, weren't going to re-sign him, and he was 6-0. And that's when he went off in Brazil and insulted the crowd and insulted Brazil. And all of a sudden he's a superstar. It's a persona. And it was a genius marketing opportunity for Colby Covington. He is genius intelligent. Anyone that thinks he's stupid, I'm sorry, you got it backwards. That guy literally built that character up and marketed it himself to where he's a superstar now.
Being the heel makes you money. So.
Yep, he literally turned heel, and it was like watching Razor Ramon. It was like, yeah, okay. Now I kind of hope you win. I enjoy the cocky attitude because it's all just like charities and in public. They say he's one of the best guys, total gentleman. He does it to sell pay-per-views.
That's what everybody says about me. It's just perfect gentleman. We have Keith Bach. He's still commenting. All right.
I was gonna say we're just gonna insult you for being with us on a Friday night. Right. That's how veterans do. Like, you're watching my show, lame ass.
Yeah, he's not a veteran. He's almost there. So like 4 more days and he signs out. But he says we need to do an Elon.
Sal Diamato said he's close enough.
We need to do an Elon versus Zuck special. Oh, that's coming. All right. Absolutely. When that fight happens, that's absolutely coming. Now
Zuck by triangle choke.
But hey, I gotta throw you off here. Let's talk baseball for a little bit.
Let's do because I'm hot. Thank you, Corbin Carroll.
Let's talk baseball for a little bit. The only reason that Keith is on this thread right now is because his Cincinnati Reds. All right.
Their bats are flying.
They're on fire. Okay, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
the only reason he's on here. But guess what, Keith? It's going to last about 2 more weeks. Okay. So
Yeah, and
just
De La
get
Cruz
over it.
looks like he could hang glide on a Dorito. Something on that guy is going to break. That's all I'm going to say about that. And Ronald
Facts.
Acuna Jr., if you ever see me in person, I'm going to kiss you right on the mouth in front of people. I swear to God, Ronald Acuna Jr. to get 2 bases is like 18 for the last 20.
Nice.
It's insane. And he did it again tonight.
Nice. And then Grace Bill says hello. Grace, where are you saying hi from? That's a new name. So thanks for coming on the show. All right. So what we're going to do here. All right. I also saw Kyle Gross come on the show. He's a golfer buddy of mine. He's also a dentist. So if you need your teeth straightened, he's not an orthodontist.
And you're an anti-dentite.
He's a.
Next, you'll be saying they should have their own schools.
This is what I love about education. He's one of those skinny guys. He's not, he's not strong. He's not, he's not an alpha male, but he's smart enough and he got a dental degree. So now he's successful. So thank you, America, for allowing nerds to get rich. All right. Love it. Hey, Kyle, love you. We'll talk to you later. So if you're watching this show, again, don't listen to me. Stick around till the end and wait for the parlays, the locks, and the DraftKings sleeper. And I will tell you how to bet them. All right. So, he said they do have their own schools. There you go, Kyle. Appreciate it, brother. So
he knows Seinfeld. That's my guy.
Don't listen to me. All right. I don't know what I'm talking about. But however, when the big girls picks hit, you make a lot of money. All right. It's happened like twice in the last 3 years. A lot of money.
Don't listen to me, but you'll make money if you listen to me. You guys got that?
If you listen to me and they hit, right? And you probably like to bet like 50 cents, right? Especially with some of them. So, all right, let's get into it. All right. A big shout out to our fake Asian producer, Chris, in the background. All right. He's sitting there clicking on things. Nobody knows what he's doing. Is he eating noodles?
Probably recovering from that aneurysm Joe gave him to get on.
Yeah, Joe did give him an aneurysm trying to sign on today, but that's.
Oh, it was worse last week, Bill. You missed it.
Yeah. So here we go. We're trying to figure out like our technology here that we just spent a shit ton of money on, Chris. So you better figure it out. And Brian's got his
first
fight.
This first fight, while he's figuring it out, this first fight is a definitely it's a very weird matchup because when you look at the records, I'm not going to steal Bill's thunder if he wants to go first, but 10-0 versus a guy who's got 44 fights.
Yeah.
Before he's 30 years old.
I got 10-1.
Okay.
I was doing my research, Joe.
He's 10-0.
He's definitely 10-0.
I wrote 10-1, so maybe they screwed something up.
Kid's definitely 10-0, and I like this kid.
Chris, can you figure this shit out real quick? Anyways, while Chris is trying to figure this out, let's make fun of Kyle some more. So, but this is actually
if we weren't at a funeral right now, I'd knock your teeth out, you anti-dentite bastard. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing Seinfeld.
This is actually, he said he loves Seinfeld, by the way.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
What about Michael Richards' stand-up? Does he like that too? Because there's a clip on YouTube if he does.
He says it's here. I don't know what here means, Chris. But either way, my brother and I, all right, were playing against him and his father and the member guest. And we were up 2 holes with 3 to play in match play. Now, that should be an easy walk-off, right? Like, that's over. Game's over, right? His dad goes par,
Birdie.
No, to end. But and I'm sitting here like, this is why you brought your dad? Like, okay, I got you.
How many Tin Cup references did you use?
I used more Happy Gilmore ones in that match at that point in time. Like it
was that kind of mood?
Yeah, it was that kind of mood. But hey, so is that what we're doing, Chris? We're doing that now. We got these little things on the right. The fight.
Those are the guys. That's the first fight.
There it is. All right, let's go. We got a lightweight fight. And we got Bonfim at 19-3.
No, what about Ferreira?
What happened to Ferreira?
Ruzabov and Ferreira. Bill, do you got that as a first main card fight?
I do.
Did they move that up? I am not paying any attention. I did this at 6 o'clock tonight, so not sure what happened in the last hour and 20 minutes. Did they move one up?
It's Bruno Ferreira against I don't know his first name, Ruzabov. Nursulon Ruzabov.
Well, let me look at these guys real quick. All right, I got Ruzabov by absolute destruction in the first round. Okay, Bill, the champ, what say you?
Again, like Joe said, this is a really weird matchup. As you can see on the screen, you got a 6'5" versus 5'10". but same weight, which is odd. Here's what I'm going to go with. So Ruzabov has, like Joe said, he's got like 40 fights. None in the UFC, though. But he's got a decent fight record. And he's got a lot of first-round finishes. Ferreira also has a lot of first-round finishes. I think in his last, let me bring it up here real quick for you guys.
Gay porn call first.
Obamatron.
No.
He knocked out Obamatron. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's Gregory Rodriguez.
He did a first-round knockout in the Dana White's Contender Series. And then then he knocked out Obamatron, first-round KO. And then his 2 to 3 fights before that are first-round finishes. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So for sake of the show, and Joe and I'm leaning for Ferreira by finish. All right. Now, if you want to get fancy with the betting, picking the under on this fight is a really safe bet. I think they're both going to go in there and go ham. Ruzaboev, if I'm saying that right, probably not. He's also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not even an American.
His last 9 fights were ended in the first round. So these guys are coming in and they're going to try to finish each other in that first round. I think Ferreira's going to come out on top. I think he's got the better hands and he's got a better ground game, I think. But either way, both these guys are first round guys. I don't see this leaving the first round. It could. Sometimes that cancels out each other. But if you're smart on the betting wise, take the under on this fight. No way this goes to a decision. So look at your odds. If Ferreira's the better odds maker, go with that. Picking the under, go with that as well. Depending on which kind of parlay you want to do. I'll go over a couple at the end of the show. But Ferreira, I have by finish. Betting wise, under is probably a pretty safe bet. Joe.
Very nice. Very nice. Joe, what say you?
All right. We line these up. So Bill is picking the female fight first. So we skip one and then we got a female fight. So it works out perfectly. But I did do a deep dive on this fight. Okay. A couple things about Ruzabov. 44 fights, 34 finishes. Okay. He's been subbed once. He's been KO'd once. Here's the other part about Ruzabov. They're not going to tell you. You've got to actually do a little bit of your homework on this. Luckily for you guys, I'm a UFC nerd. Ruzabov's last 5 out opponents, last 5 out, 1 win. Out of all 5 of them, 1 win. One of them was 0-7. Okay, so you've got to look at competition here. All right, Gregory Rodriguez destroyed a parlay for me, and I actually lost a point on him against Julian Marquez. That dude has got hammers, and he's 6'3", and he's a big middleweight, and Ferreira went out there and dog walked his ass. His hands look like Cody Garbrandt, and he's 185. I mean, that may be a bit of a stretch, but when he went out there against Rodriguez, I've seen Rodriguez get bombed on, and I've seen him go down, but I've also seen him take it from guys that look bigger than Ferreira. Ferreira's just one of those dudes, got that Tyson walk you down style, and once he gets throwing, it's over with. And this Ruzabov's never seen this competition. The last 5 out were somewhere in Uzbekistan, and there's one victory between all 5 of them. Okay, so they're lucky that ESPN even carries their numbers. So I like my partner's pick on this one. Lock this one up. I got Bruno Ferreira, and I've got him making a statement that he will no longer be an underdog in the UFC. He's not an underdog for this one, but he was against Gregory Rodriguez, and he dusted him in the first round. So I say Bruno Ferreira comes out under a round and a half if that's what you have to play. I think it's going under a round and a half before it goes over. Ruzabov's only saving grace is that he's a master at the Kimura. He will try to jump the Kimura standing. He'll try and get it to the ground. Ferreira is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He can handle himself. He knows where he's outmatched. And on the feet, it's just like those skyscrapers that keep their chin too high and want to grapple. That's what this guy is. And that's Gregory Rodriguez was too straight up and down. And he's got 2 more inches of height. So his chin's going to be up there. I think Ferreira finds it, drops him, and he does the praying mantis, but asleep right there in the middle of the octagon. I think he gets flatlined.
Right.
So I got Ferreira by KO.
There you have it, fellas. Now, that's why I didn't know why the 10-0 was coming out. So apparently the Big Earl didn't do enough research. Shocking. Okay. So we have to watch our muffin fingers go through the thing. Yeah, you're back to muffin fingers. You're no longer the fake
Kid lands 6.5 significant strikes a minute.
Yeah.
For a middleweight, that's a ton. He's going to drop this guy.
Yeah, so Susan Branstetter, one of our favorite commenters on the page, is saying, prove it. Susan, you're crazy.
It.
We don't know what you want us to prove. If you want us to prove that we bet on these, pretty sure send it 7. Post
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Every time. All right, so he literally posts the parlays. But no, we really appreciate what you're doing for the page. You're keeping everybody at bay. It's a lot of fun. But right now, you're suspect. Okay, and we're gonna get over it. Now,
and
let's
Nick,
get to where
let's face it.
Yeah.
Last week, I took $20 from you, $20 from me, and I turned that into a significant amount of money. So
yes, a significant amount. So, and we sponsored. Did you play that golf outing yet?
No, it's at
Did
the
you
end of
win?
the month. It's at the end of the
You
month.
better win it. You better win it, or I want my money back.
I mean, clearly, I'm gonna win it. What
That's
don't
how
I
sponsors
fucking
work.
win at? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not last time we played golf, but anyway, so and I was hammered, and we had a cart rollover. We had all kinds of stuff going on.
See, I blame that on Chris's cart rollover.
Yeah, exactly. The Baker's pretty sure Nick and I won that one. Yeah, big $5. All right, let's get into the fight that I researched. All right, we got a lightweight fight, and we got Bonfim at 19-3, and Benoit Saint Denis at 10-1. And I'm glad Joe brought that up, because as I was doing my research, I was like, they call me Ishmael. All right, and Ishmael is going to win by Moby Dick strike to the face. All right, so I don't know if you ever heard of that strike before, but it's brutal.
It reminds me of something that's on your IMBD page, but
yeah, exactly. So have you ever heard of the Moby Dick strike? It's called, first of all, he yells, they call me Ishmael, and then he hits you with it. All right, Joe, do you see a Moby Dick strike in the first round?
I can't necessarily, if I was in front of a spotlight, pick what that looks like out of a lineup. So I'm gonna go no commit on the Moby Dick strike, but I do like Bonfim in this fight. I think that these guys, the flying knee knockout of Terrence McKinney has everybody drinking this guy's Kool-Aid, and these Bonfim brothers are no joke. They're gonna be. It's gonna take somebody in the top 10 to knock these guys off. Both of them are tough. They like to strike. But I think everybody's kind of sleeping on Saint Denis a little bit. I mean, this dude's 10-1, never been finished. He's got a lot of finishes. I do like Bonfim to pull this fight out, but I got potential fight of the night written all over this one in a much closer fight. These low-level cards where you get guys that aren't quite ranked in the top 15. I don't know if Bill agrees with me, but I'm finding out that a lot of these things that go to the cards, they are don't get caught up drinking the ESPN odds Kool-Aid. Yeah. Some of these fights are way closer matched than they should be, and I don't really see Bonfim as a -300 favorite over Saint Denis right now.
No,
I see it more of a -175 +150 for Saint Denis type fight. So I understand if people want to sprinkle a little bit on Saint Denis to pull the upset. I don't see that happening, but it's the way these Bonfim brothers fight. They're like pit bulls, man. They're like old school Brazilians, like Vanderlei Silva. They like to stand up and bang, and when it gets to the ground, they got black belts there too. So I don't think Saint Denis poses any threat to finish him, and I see Bonfim being the smarter striker, probably doing more damage, and I see Saint Denis really busted up at the end of this fight, but still on his feet, and Bonfim by unanimous decision.
Very nice, very nice. And I was shaking my head just because you were talking, but I had no idea what you were talking about. But I'm gonna.
I wasn't even looking at you.
I'm gonna.
You're an afterthought. I'm in go mode, sir.
First of all, I'm always a thought of you. I am in between those ears constantly. But I was gonna say
You ever seen me break down a fight before? Apparently not.
To the people watching this is what
I'm not triggered. You're triggered.
I don't know what he's saying, but I'm gonna write it down. Okay. All right, Bill. What say you? The champ, by the way, Joe. The champ.
I'm not triggered. You're triggered.
You're triggered. You're a pansy.
So this fight actually has me worried. So Joe is right.
Didn't have Joe worried.
The odds on this fight are ridiculous. There is no way Bonfim's a -300, sometimes 350, depending on the odds that you're looking at. I mean, I got 300, 320, 335, depending on where you're betting. That doesn't add up. Everybody's riding the Bonfim brothers because they came onto the Dana White Contender Series. They made a big show. Terrence McKinney was supposed to beat Bonfim. He got knocked out with that knee. Joe's right. They are sleeping on Saint Denis. Here's a weird thing with the 3 losses of Ismail. He's got 3 losses, all by chokes.
All by sub. Yep.
Benoit Saint Denis got 6 submission wins, all by chokes.
Yep.
That makes betting this scary. Here's what I'll tell you. For sake of the Joe and I show, I'm going to go with Ismail Bonfim by unanimous decision. I agree with that because they both have chins. But be very scared if Ismail gets put on his back, or even if Benoit gets put on his back, because he's got a few of those triangle chokes. Benoit Saint Denis, I'll talk about the end show, is my DraftKings sleeper too. He could pull off a win on this with the choke 100%. Like Joe said, do not let this bullshit ESPN odds thing happen. Like I do not understand why Bonfim's a minus 300 anything on this. Benoit is.
He's just getting started.
Yeah,
how is he that favored over a guy who's 10-1?
I don't know.
Never been finished.
So I'm leaning towards Ismail Bonfim. Betting wise, I think the over is the safe bet on this one.
Yep,
they both have pretty good.
That's in my over parlay.
But where it can get scary is when they're still dry in that first round. Ismail does something stupid and gets caught in a choke. So Bonfim money line over is also a safe bet. I'll talk about it at the end of the show. Obviously, DraftKings sleeper Benoit Saint Denis for sure.
Very nice. So
Saint Denis averages 3.3 takedowns also around.
Yeah.
So Kyle says in the chat, this is you, Joe. He goes, these guys have made me bank Susan fall back. So, there you go. I don't know what that means, Kyle. I grew up playing sports, not fixing teeth. Joe watched a lot of TV. I don't know what that Seinfeld reference is.
I played baseball.
I played baseball. Yeah. a lot of those that eats up a lot of
my
your
life
time.
my life was Sandlot.
Yeah, eats up a lot of your time. Anyways, hey, those of you watching, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit share. Make sure you comment. Make sure you hit like, because these guys are going to make you money. I ain't going to make you shit, all right? But these guys are going to make you money big time. However, we do want to keep this mission going forward, so go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com and go get yourself one of these 240 shirts. All right, we got Joe wearing the Triggered Pansy shirt, the Book of Earl right there, chapter 1, verse 1. That's the one. If you live your life by that phrase right there, you cannot lose. All right, to the next fight. We got a women's flyweight fight. Then we got Lipski at 15-8 versus the Gato. All right, the Gato at 8-1-2. And Keith says, I still think Susan submits Kyle at 3 minutes into round 3. All right. We got Gato at 8-1-2. All right. Now, let's be clear about my research here. As I was looking this up, I found out that Ariana tends to get a little lippy and is about to get KO'd by the Gato in the second round. All right, Bill, you got a Gato KO second round.
Did Nick just call the best payday sleeper of the card, Bill?
Maybe.
That's what I do. All my research, that's what I do. All right. I heard she got lippy and she's about to get KO'd.
So 2 things. One, for
by
those of you new to the show, I'm weirdly good at the female fights. I can't explain why. Here's the thing. Take Gato on this one all day. Latest odds, where was it at? They have Gato at a minus 250 on MGM, 225 on FanDuel. That's probably about right. I actually think Gato should probably get more of a heavier odds favorite, so I'd take it now if you're going to make your bets. Here's the thing. Lipski has no chin.
Thank you very much, Miss Lippy.
Yeah. And she's been TKO'd by people who she's been TKO'd by people who are not known to be heavy hitters either. So was her
Yeah.
last 3 losses.
I got him off his thought process.
In her last 5 outs, she's got 3
Channel the
TKO
Billy
losses.
Madison. Channel the inner Billy Madison.
No, so like I said, her last 3 losses were all by TKOs. Only one of them probably is respectable to be DKO by, but probably not. Gatto all day on this one. Normally, I tell you to take the over. I'd actually be afraid to take the over on this one because Lipsky likes to get TKO'd in late in the first and early in the second. So avoid the over on this one. Gatto money line is probably the safe way to go for a parlay. But if you want to get ballsy and you want to do this fight separate from a parlay, take Gatto to finish this. Gatto has ended a few females early, and Lipsky has.
She's got 6 finishes.
And Lipsky just has no chin. She's not meant to be in the fight game. So take Gatto by this one. Gatto money line is a really safe bet. I will have it in a parlay. If you want to get ballsy and you're doing good throughout the night and you're getting payouts from FanDuel or whatever, take this fight separate and do a Gatto by finish. You'll get pretty good odds by that. And it's a pretty safe bet. Lipsky just doesn't like getting punched in the face. She tends to get TKO'd early. And like Joe said, 3 of her last 5 fights, she got TKO'd in either the first or second round.
Perfect. Joe, what say you?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I think the only thing different that I should touch on that Bill didn't is, Lipsky hasn't been.
Bill.
No, he didn't really. It's important. It's important to remember this, that Lipsky hasn't been like slept. Her chin's gone because she doesn't want to be in there anymore. So when it gets ugly, it's like when Brock Lesnar first got punched in the face, and it was like, oh shit, this isn't fun anymore. He knew how to be the hammer, couldn't be the nail, just couldn't do it. Covered up turtle. Lipsky's like that. Like she won't get in there and mix it up. So these girls are TKOing her volume strikes. She's just taking 20 unanswered punches because she won't throw back. She's turtling. Like I think she wants to make more money on the gram or something. That feels like the fight game has left her, and I do think she actually makes money on the gram a lot more than the UFC. So I see her kind of on her way out. Gatto is up and coming, and the finish would pay off. But just to play it safe, she's going to be in all my parlays to go money line. I think she's on a different career trajectory, talent-wise. Everything about her is fit to beat Ariane Lipsky, and I got her money line by decision.
Perfect. Hey, those of you just tuned in, again, thanks for tuning in. These guys are actually going to tell you how to win money betting UFC. Now, you can watch UFC, and what's that guy's name? I think he's named after a plant, like Kale Sonnen or something like that. Like you can watch these guys. They can talk all this shit.
The only reason I'm not taking that finish either is because I think Lipsky might be just good enough to not get subbed.
And
this girl Gatto's only got 2 TKOs.
What I'm saying is to the people who just tuned in, these guys worship this shit. All right, and they are going to give you the right picks.
Who else is going to watch 2 115-pound females swat each other with ineffectual punches for 15 minutes?
Yeah,
these guys.
We'll
do it.
Not me, but you guys will.
And text each other the whole time like, you watching this
shit? Yeah, we're one of the 5 people.
Jesus.
All right, let's get on to it. Let's get to the third fight, or the 4th fight, as the Big Earls card has on it. We have a welterweight fight, and we got Griffin. At 19-9 versus Morales at 14-0. Now, when I was researching this, I was coming up to a lot of conclusions. All right, a lot of possible scenarios, things that could go left.
Were you jumping to conclusions like Office Space?
The jumping to conclusions, Matt. You get it? Because you jump.
That is literally the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
It made him Pet Rock. It made him a millionaire. All right, so anyway.
You know what that would do with $1 million?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'd invest in mutual bonds. No,
I love Samir at the copy machine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just kicked this piece of shit out the window.
Oh yeah, 2 chicks at the same time, bro. Like, you don't need to do that.
You don't need $1 million.
A guy like me would.
Yeah, good point.
Chicks dig a do with money. Not all chicks.
I got a friend.
Type of chicks that'll double down on a do like me do.
I got a friend that's not a millionaire, doesn't do shit. Right, so
take a look at my cousin. He's broke, don't do shit.
So when I was doing all of my jump to conclusions research, I had figured it out that this fight's not going to last very long. I'm thinking first round KO, and Morales is going to win because anybody named Max Griffin should not weigh 170 pounds. Okay, this is bullshit. This is a lie. I know there's something stinky in the.
You think he should be like 242 playing middle linebacker for Alabama wearing a junkyard dog chain?
100%. Named Max
me too.
Griffin. Okay, no, you're not Max. You're 170, bro. Like I need a knee replacement. I got a battery in my ass, and I'm gonna give you a run for your money, Max. I'd give it to you. I'd give it to you for about 30 seconds, right? I would, because I'm a little heavier than you. I'd give it to you, Joe. What say you?
Disclaimer: I fully disagree with the last 1 minute of this show.
I've never lost to this guy, by the way, Joe.
Dude,
ever.
Ever. Truth. Yep. You always catch me with that one. I walk right into it. This is where it gets interesting for me, and I feel like this may be where Bill disagrees with me. I've got Morales, all right, but
let's go, Max.
The facts that Griffin is 4-1 in his last 5 out. Yeah, I know it was against Tim Means, and he lost a split to Neil Magny.
It's not a bad loss.
It's Griffin's ability to get takedowns when he's needed them in a couple of fights that make me think Morales is that fight where you see the up and comer hit a really grizzled veteran and learn something. Kind of like Ian Gary. You know, he had his this your balls drop fight. I feel like that's what this is going to be for Morales. I don't think he's going to blow through Griffin. If he does, I'll be insanely impressed. But Morales is 14-0. The guy's an assassin. He's got 11 knockouts, I believe, 12 finishes. Griffin's only been KO'd once. He's 4-1 in his last 5, and I think this is going to be a really, really good fight. And I think the money play here is to take this fight over a round and a half if you can get it. I honestly think that Morales is going to win by decision.
Very nice. Very nice. So at least we're on the same page, Joe, kind of. But I think it's first round KO. All right. The champ, what say you?
Contrary to what Joe just said.
Uh-oh.
I 100% agree with him.
I totally redeemed myself.
So you agree with me? Because contrary says that he didn't agree with what I said.
I think he's saying who's on first, and I disagree with Joe saying.
I think what he's saying is that
they said now they know that we know that they know that we know, and Bill said he disagrees with me saying I disagree with him.
If I am you, then you are him. That makes us we. So
I'm dizzy.
Yeah.
My head hurts.
What happened? Hey, Bill, it's your turn.
So anyway, when Joe said Bill's probably going to disagree with me, that's what I meant contrary to.
Morales is listen to the ASU grad. Ooh. I went to Arizona State. Yeah. Sorry. Are you finished? Am I finished? You finished?
No, I'm not finished.
Am I finished?
So anyway, Morales is an up-and-comer. I think they gave him Max Griffin to see if he can make it into those next top rankings. I got Morales money line this one. I think it's going to be a decision because Max Griffin is also very hard to finish, and a lot of his losses and wins were split decisions. Now, split decisions I used to hold a lot of weight to, but ever since Saul D'Amato started judging, who the hell knows? Because Saul D'Amato comes up with some fucking stupid scorecards.
You know they got you triggered when Bill says the F word. All right, so Bill said the F word.
I think he's got like 4 or 5 snack breaks in the card where like at this point I'm getting a beer.
Go put a quarter in a jar. All right, you go put a quarter in a jar. You swore. Yeah, we heard you.
You've got to enunciate your syllables better.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got Morales money line, and I think the safe bet is the over on this one. I think Morales thinks he's going to come in and finish it early. I think he's going to hit a brick wall and realize that the upper rankings are different than your first 3 to 5 starter fights.
He's not going to steamroll Max fucking Griffin.
He's just not. Griffin's got a chin.
Nobody named Max should be 170 pounds.
And Morales walks around a little bit bigger.
Out at 170.
Morales walks around a little bit bigger than Griffin naturally, but he's going to be put against the fence.
He's a big boy.
But Griffin is not a guy you finish easy. Morales is in for a war.
And Griffin's not a small welterweight either. He's he's a good sized welterweight. Morales is huge.
And Joe's right.
He could fight 185.
Joe actually put it really well. This is like your balls drop fight. This is him. If you win this fight, now you get to go to the next level, level 2 of the UFC fighters, if you will. So for the bettors, take Max Morales money line. But the over, if it gives you better odds, is a really safe bet, I think. So take Michael Morales money line. If you get better odds with the over, take the over.
All right, there you have it, fight fans. Yep. Now, old Keith Bach's still on the chat thread, and he's making some smiley faces. He's doing some weird stuff, but I need to put this out here. I can't.
He's making some smart remarks.
I can't sleep at night if I don't say this. All right, like Bill's got a degree from Arizona State. It's okay. Right, like it's fine. We're not going to get into that, right? Like I obviously went to
my degree is loading.
Like I went to the Yale of the Southwest, which everybody knows is UTEP, but he was online, all right, at Washington State. Okay, so he claims this Cougar.
Washington State.
He claims this Cougar bullshit, but he was in fucking like Kentucky when he was doing that.
Why? What?
Yeah. So
ASU's like the party national champion of party.
So I could give Bill some credit for that, but it's like
so I would claim ASU. I would claim the Sun Devils. Plus their mascot's cooler than a Cougar.
A Cougar? Like, come on, are there even any Cougars there?
That Sun Devil's way better than a Cougar. I don't care what they say.
Who knows? But anyways,
forks up, everyone. Forks up.
Have a look at these whoppers.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get back to it. We're wasting time. Not really. I mean, does anybody else anything to do? I don't. But we got a lightweight fight, and this is the co-main. All right, Muffin Fingers, get on it. All right, we got Ismagulov. All right, at 24.
Damir
Ismagulov. All right, against Dawson at 19-1-1. Now, people don't realize this because I know these guys aren't digging into it as much as I am. But if you look at Dawson's dad, it's actually
doesn't Dawson look like the high school bully in every YouTube short?
Exactly, but the reason why is if you look
every 80s movie bully.
If you look him up though, his dad is
he was in Cobra Kai for sure.
His dad is actually Andre Dawson. All right. Former.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't, but it is what it is. Okay. So Andre Dawson taught this guy how to fight. So I'm gonna go.
Andre Dawson's the color of under the bed.
I understand. So I'm going to go with the Hawk finish by Dawson.
Very interesting.
Those of you who don't know who the Hawk is, you should look it up. I'm going with a Hawk finish in the second round. The champ. Do you see the non-black Andre Dawson's kid winning with the Hawk?
No.
It's you guys are stupid.
No.
This is actually a really shitty fight to bet. I think almost every
I'd go with the White Dawson.
Yeah, every betting app or any odds maker you see has it -110 to -110. You might get a -115 to -110 in there. These are the most evenly matched guys I've seen in a long time. But here's what I will tell you:
points.
Take the fucking over.
Points. It's like I got Tourette's. I can't stop saying I bet points on this. How will the fight end? Points. Points.
This is going to a decision.
Hawk strike.
These guys are the perfect contradictory to each other, fighting styles, same size. This is going to be an interesting fight to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Betting wise, don't take any of the money line. Take the over on this one. This is 100% going to be an interesting fight to watch if you're a fight fan. If you're looking for that big finish, probably not going to happen. But if you want to watch a chess match in fighting, 100% this is the fight to watch. I'm leaning towards Ismagulov money line if you want to take that fight. But if you're going to put this in a parlay, take the over on this one. This is the safest way to go. I'm not going to touch this in a parlay. I say that, but who am I kidding?
Well, we're touching it. We're touching it. Yeah, it's
I'll probably take the over in this one.
Just the tips. Yeah.
We'll do a little docking together. We'll take the over on this one. if you want to take this fight, Ismagulov money line, the safe bet is to take the over on this one. So for the bettors out there, take the over. If you want to get ballsy, money line, take Ismagulov.
All I do is get ballsy. All right, we got Ronnie W. Keys Jr. giving us an alien picture. Love it,
What's up,
Ronnie.
G?
Love it, Ronnie. Wrong
Behave
show.
yourself, Ronald.
If you come on the Trash Talk Hour, Dave, the face man, he definitely believes in aliens. You'd be like, but if you like fights, tell us you think about the fight. All right,
Behave
Joe.
yourself, Ronald.
Triggered Joe, what say you?
Okay, listen. Points. All right, points. Here's your DraftKings sleeper. You guys ready for it? Put them both on your team. All right.
Oh,
seriously, put both these guys, because you got, what do you got? You got the boxer, who's got a pretty good all-around game, against the wrestler. And what's the kryptonite for a boxer who doesn't drop a whole lot of people? A good wrestler. So I see this being exactly what Bill said. Ismagulov is going to want to stand up and use his hands. He's not going to drop Grant freaking Dawson. Dawson will not slow down and stop going after takedowns. It's going to be, like Bill said, it's going to be a chess match. Can Ismagulov get Dawson on the end of his jab and keep him there before he blasts a power double leg and has him up against the fence? I think it's going to go both. Both guys are going to have their moments. Probably going to be a split decision. And, you know, honestly, that's my DraftKings sleeper, because if it goes the distance, Ismagulov's going to land a shit ton of strikes. And if Dawson pulls off the upset, he's going to land a shit ton of takedowns. So I would, you know, put them both on there. Then you can load it up with the rest of the locks and win a bunch of money. That's how these DraftKings things work. You got to pick the right sleeper. And I'm telling you, put both these guys on because it's even money, but I've got it going the distance. And I'm going to, you know, just for the sake of Marca, I'm going to say Grant Dawson pulls off the upset and gets the takedowns.
Thank you. Even
Keith, it could go either way. There will not be a name on my bet slips.
But there will be a point. There will be a point on this.
There
is a point on this. Yes, yes, there is.
This is how I lose them, Bill. Bill, this is how I lose points.
No, this is the first time where I called a point without anybody else saying anything. This is happening.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Now,
I got some points to play with.
Yeah, exactly. And so Keith says Dawson will take
easy when he's
him
playing with
down
house money
and finish him. Why? Because Keith's an American, Bill. You big Russian asshole. Hey.
Man. You big Russian asshole.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, people. Don't worry, all you
that hurt my ribs,
right? Like
you
Bill's
big
not a
Russian
Russian,
asshole.
even though he looks Russian. All right, but either way, we're gonna
go through those comments.
I'm done with that. That was fun when they thought we supported Russia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
That was.
Oh, you guys love Russia? Like, why should I love Ukraine? Give me one freaking reason to love Ukraine. All right. Oh, because they're fighting Russia. Oh, okay. Yeah, they both suck. All right, whatever. Get over it. But hey, shout out to Ryan.
That was like the 18-year-old telling Bill, "Don't forget the ones that come home." I'm gonna
go on another rant later. But I might as well do it now. I might as well do it now. I'm gonna go on a rant later, but I'm gonna do a different one now.
Yeah, because you wait a lot when you've got a rant. You really do wait it out.
Well, hey, you know what?
Of course, it's coming right now.
Joe, we started
a podcast. Right now.
We started a podcast so we could say whatever the fuck we wanted to say, and then those people listening, they don't have to listen to it. They can press next.
I think my favorite episode is when I waterboarded myself and people wanted you to fucking forever.
That was fantastic.
My dad still talks about that. He goes, remember that time Bill was like waterboarding himself? It's like, well, Bill should have started a freaking podcast company. All right. But anyways, it is what it is. I already forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I do remember what I was going to say. Shout out to Ryan. Okay. Ryan Hendrickson, who's over in Ukraine like 90% of the year. And you know what he's doing? He's not killing Russians, even though he probably is. But like he's literally making lives better over there.
He doesn't make it a secret if you know him on Facebook. He's got proof to back up what he's doing over there, like the digging up mines by hand video. Like
so people can.
Guy's a fucking hero, man. Seriously, like to those people over there, like. Yeah, Ryan's not going to catch any flack on our watch. Like, you have no
Not a
fucking
chance.
clue.
Not a chance.
No clue what kind of service that man's actually provided for this
I
world.
will openly say I will kill anyone for that man without even breaking. My pulse won't break 70.
But Bill, you've been in those situations. You've been in, and so have Nick and I. But I mean, you obviously got the experience. You've been in those situations. You see how those people live. He's walking around like a friggin' legend to them, and he's just doing what he thinks the right thing to do is. But those people over there. Yeah, go ahead.
And Ryan's been blown up more than anybody I know, and still continues
by
to
you, jackass, the Russian asshole, dropping bombs on people. All right, you're dropping bombs on your buddies. Like, there you go. I'm sure.
So for those of you watching, that legitimately happened. Bill had to call in a danger close strike.
Those of you watching, this is like one of the worst
on himself.
This is one of the worst days in Bill's life, but we make fun of it because that's
my mom's actually rereading his book right now. She's reading
Bill,
it.
Bill had to drop a 500-pounder on one of his best friends. Like, you know, it is what it is, right? And like, I put myself in some of those shoes where it's like, if you killed me because of that, I would be okay with it. I'd come back and I'd make sure your kids never got bullied. I'd be the ghost that fucked any bully up. You know, it's like that's the way it is.
I will haunt them.
But it turns out Ryan's a G and he just ran out of that. So
somehow
took that, gave the old and got up and ran.
I'll say real quick before we go to the show. The fact that Ryan high-fived a 500-pounder a couple of years after getting his leg basically blown off and blown into shreds. And he fought to go back to Afghanistan and clear more IEDs, and then high-fived a 500-pounder. And then a year and a half later after that is in Ukraine digging up mines for farmers. Ryan is one of the best people I know, and his heart is woodpecker lips.
He's one of those dudes that, like, if you said, okay, out of the people you know that don't have like a Goggins or a Tim Kennedy or a Jocko type following, out of the people you know, who has the kind of experience that would put them on that level? Ryan's
David
my
Goggins
first answer.
Wishes he was Ryan Henderson.
Ryan's my first answer.
100% because David Goggins goes to all the schools while Ryan Henderson just goes to all the combat zones. But anyways,
but yeah, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm saying if those guys deserve that kind of exposure, hell, Ryan's got them trumped, covered, and done 3 times over as far as what he's done in combat. So
yeah, I started that rant because no matter, you can't just say because Russia's fighting Ukraine or because this and that, right? Like, no.
I think it's fair enough to say that's not what's important to him right now. He's doing what's important to him.
No, he's doing what the right thing is, right?
And that's what's important to him.
He doesn't give a shit who's responsible. He's going to doing the right thing. Rick Keen is saying, how's it going, gentlemen? Rick, it's going awesome because we're drinking bourbon.
You know it is, Rick.
Fights. You know, Rick, it's always going awesome with us. But hey, pleasure to have you on. Let's get to the main event. All right, and I think Joe gets to pick this one. But we got Strickland at 6-5, 26-5. Excuse me. I can't even read my own writing. Versus Magazine All right, Magazine is 25-4. Now, those of you who know the Big Earl, i.e. me, that when I pick fights, I'm going to go with the guy whose name is Gdov because he ate rats growing up. Look at him. The guy ate rats growing up. The other guy lost weight so he could fight this guy. The other guy never got
flies a German flag. I know that, which is different.
So Germans on the east side also ate rats. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, like that's where he's coming from.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah. So there you go. Right. Like, so he's eating rats. He's ready to freaking crush it. All right. Well, hey, Rick, happy to be alive too, brother. That's why we're here. We're having a great ass time with our buddies. So, all right, Joe, who do you got in the main event? The Rat Eater or Strickland?
Listen, I'm not going to bet against Sean Strickland. I'm not going to bet against Sean Strickland. Here's the problem with Magomedov. He doesn't possess that sleeper ability. I mean, he knocked out Dustin Stolfus. He's got 14 KOs out of 25 wins. That's not a high enough rate for me to feel comfortable with him finishing Sean Strickland. And if he doesn't finish Sean Strickland, what does Strickland do better than any guy at middleweight? he throws punches for 5 rounds without stopping. He made fools of us when he went up against Imavov because we wanted him to lose. And with a slice of humble pie, I couldn't stand it. But he made light work of Imavov because he just put him on the end of his jab and 1-2'd him to death. And he's so freaking tough that it takes a guy like Alex Pereira to knock him into the shadow realm. And even then, he was trying to get up right after he literally clattered, as Conor McGregor would say, clattered off the canvas. He was trying to get up and ask what happened and what was wrong. And it's like, dude, yeah, you just got KO'd. Chris Curtis said if I had to walk into an alley with any UFC fighter by my side, it would be Sean Strickland. Now, they train at the same gym together, but Strickland is super.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I'm walking into an alley, I want Tai Tuivasa or Nate Diaz.
If I walk into an alley, I'm taking John Jones.
We've already seen what Nate Diaz does in the alleyway.
I'm taking John Jones all day, every day. But no, Strickland's only been finished twice, and one of them was by Pereira. He was damn close to beating Jared Cannonier, and Jared Cannonier made me look very good when he fought Vettori, and was brilliant, fought very well. And I'm pulling for Jared Cannonier because he's a come from nothing kind of guy. 4 or 5 fights ago said he was dead broke and just comes out there and keeps performing in main events. Damn near beat Robert Whitaker. People just don't think he's exciting enough to sell tickets, and I agree. So Strickland damn near beat him. Made light work of Imavov, and I think he keeps Magomedov on the end of his jab. I've got this fight at over 3.5 rounds at -120 on FanDuel because I love that pick. I don't think Strickland's going to finish him. I don't think he's going to finish Strickland. I got Sean Strickland winning this fight 50-45. Pretty much all 5 rounds.
Very nice.
By decision.
Points. All right, let's go to the champ. Let's go to the opinion that matters because we'll see the eye roll here from Joe.
You know what? I'm gonna get a beverage.
Got it. Yeah, he's gonna get up now. He's leaving.
That's it. No, I'm getting a beverage triggered.
He's walking away. All right, but the champ.
I can still hear everything you're saying to me.
I hear you, dick. Yeah. So what's
Here's the thing. Joe actually brought up a really good point.
Is that Corona out of a can again?
I did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
See how I slid in there?
Probably drinking Corona out of a can.
It's fancy water with bubbles.
Magomedov just doesn't have enough fights in the UFC to win me over yet. And Strickland is
got one.
Strickland's a parlay killer. So don't put this in a parlay. And as Joe touched on it, Strickland's hard to finish. He got finished by Pereira, but Pereira's also finished everybody. He took Jerry Cannonier, which I was going to bring up. Jerry Cannonier is a phenomenal fighter, and he took him to a split decision. And I agreed with that split decision. Strickland just has a really odd boxing style, which throws people off, which Magomedov might not be ready for.
Yeah.
I do agree. I think the over is a really safe bet on this if you're going to take this. I think this goes to points. Because Strickland knows how to drag fights out into dirty decisions. So I think that's, if you're going to bet on this fight, which I'm not recommending, bet the over on this one. I got Strickland by points. Taking this fight money line, I would avoid. Taking this fight on the over is a pretty safe bet. Parlay wise, don't touch this one. I mean, Joe might throw it in a parlay. I am not. This fight could really go either way. I would avoid it. If
over 3.5, I already have in one. Yes, that's the only. No. But I will just
the over. I think is a great bet.
One more thing on this fight, Bill. His last 5 out, Strickland has fought Uriah Hall, Jack Hermanson, Alex Pereira, Jared Cannonier, and Imavov, and he's only been finished once, and that was by Pereira. Every other fight has gone the distance. That's some high-level competition to go the distance with. And he's got
high-level strikers.
And he's not a knockout guy. So I see this one going to points. I like over 3.5. It's definitely in one of my parlays, yeah.
My main parlay, I'll probably throw it in a parlay. Who am I kidding? But the one I'm going to give the viewers, I'm going to give you a safe one. As you know, send it sevens. Facebook page. I'll post a couple parlays. Strickland money line, but for the bettors out there, take the over on this one. Strickland knows how to drag out dirty decisions. I think that's a safe bet. Take the over on this one. Strickland by decision.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, fight fans. Here's where we get to the best part of the show. All right. So those of you that stuck around and were listening to it. All right. This is a pen. Okay. I'm going to take this pen as the Big Earl, and I am going to write down everything these motherfuckers say. All right. And then I'm going to bet on it. Like, that's how it works. And this is how I bet on it. I put enough money on the locks to cover my parlays. All right. The worst thing that can happen is the locks lose. That's only happened like twice in 3 years. All right. When the locks lose, then we all lose. All right. But put the amount of money that you're going to put on a parlay. Now, Joe doesn't know how to do this. We're still coaching him. All right. Stop putting $80 on a parlay. Put $80 on your locks and $20 on the parlay. All right. Like, let's do that. So
I won 80 on the Braves over 9.5 right before the show.
Nice. All right. So let's chalk up the losses.
So
Joe,
that's the play money
when you should have sold out, right? When you should have sold back to DraftKings or FanDuel, whatever. All right. But either way, here we go. This is the best part of the show. So those of you watching, pay attention. And those of you who are just like listening, this is when you listen. All right. Like perfect timing. Bill, give us your locks, your parlays, and your DraftKings sleeper.
Ooh, I'm going first. So exciting.
Okay.
I'll give you one parlay tonight. I'm going to play around with some odds tomorrow morning. So follow Send It 7 on Facebook. I'll post a couple parlays. DraftKings sleeper, I'll start off with that. Saint Denis is actually a pretty safe DraftKings sleeper. So if you're going to pick one, go with Saint Denis. Again, I don't know why Bonfin's a minus 300. I disagree with that. Saint Denis could at least drag this out to a ground control fight into a decision and win you some points. My locks, I got Kudalase on the prelims. He's also like a heavy favorite. As of right now, Kudalase, you're looking at it like a minus 650 or minus 700, depending on where you're betting.
Yep.
So that's a lock. You're not going to win a lot of money on it.
And don't just automatically take him to finish because he's not necessarily a finisher.
Yeah. And then Brito is my other one. I think that's another safe lock. I think the latest one on Brito, if I can find him again. Brito is a minus 1,400 or some crazy shit.
Yep.
You got minus 1,400 and a minus 1,250, depending on who you're buying. So Kudalase, Brito are your safe bets. Go heavy on this one. I'm actually willing to make Bruno the Hulk a lock too. I think he's going to come in there and wreck shop. Now for the parlay, obviously take Kudalase and Brito. On the prelims, Romanov, another big old fatty heavyweight, but I think he's going to drag out a win on that one. Petrovic, a female fighter. Ferreira, and again, don't be afraid to take the under on that one. Gatto, the female fight against Lipsky. And then to end off that parlay, to make it a safe one before I give you a ballsy one later on tomorrow, is Ismagulov Dawson over. So again, Kudalase, Brito, Romanov, Petrovic, Brito, Ferreira, Gatto, and then Dawson Ismagulov over.
Nailed it. All right, Joe, what say you with the locks, the parlays, and the DraftKings sleeper?
Yeah, the DraftKings advice still stands with put Dawson and Ismagulov on your team and then load it up with the locks, which are, I like Bruno Ferreira as a lock. Kudalase, gotta have this fight. He's gotta have this fight. He damn near, he was on the other end of a split decision loss to Ismagulov in his last fight. Very close fight. It was almost identical in every category. He just lost on, I think, on damage. So Kudalase is a lock. Brito is definitely a lock. You got to play around with those fights. It depends on what gambling site you're on. I to be perfectly honest, I don't even have Joe Anderson Brito in any of my parlays because I couldn't find anything that I really felt comfortable with at a decent price that made a difference. So those are my locks: Ferreira, Kitaladze, and Brito. My parlay starts off like this. Starts off with Petrovic. I think she definitely wins over Joanna Carolina in the prelims. Then Kutaladze. I know he's expensive, but I feel comfortable with that pick. Then I like Fakhratanov to beat Kevin Lee. This Fakhratanov is on a different career trajectory. Kevin Lee looked like he was having trouble with Diego freaking Sanchez. I just don't trust him. So I got Fakhratanov in the last prelim fight over Kevin Lee. Then Bruno Ferreira, Gatto, Ismagulov and Dawson the distance, and then Strickland to go over 3.5. Now, if your option is 4.5, I still like it because I do like the fight to go the distance.
All right, there you have it. Fight
10 pays you back 165 on that, but I do have a distance parlay, which is Romanov, Petrovic, Rosa, Bonfim, Gatto, Dawson, and Strickland. 10 on that pays 644 to pick all those to go the distance. Nice. So you might have to rewatch that because I said it fast.
Nice.
But
put 10 on it for me. Let's pay it $1,200 out. All right.
Okay.
So I am on that one. That'll be a fun one.
Yep, I'll send it to you.
All right. Anyways, this is how I would bet what they just said. So those of you watching for the first time, I would put, again, some of these locks like Kutaladze and Brito, all right, are plus, minus 1400s. All right, so go ahead and put, $200 down on them. But if you don't have that, whatever. Give us a lock in the 200-300 range. You guys got one in there?
Bruno Ferreira. Take Bruno Ferreira by KO or by finish.
Put $40 on him out of your 100. Okay, you're gonna get paid back, $28. All right, put $28 on a parlay. Right, that's how I bet it. That's how I stay in the green. Okay, like I cover my parlay bet. If the parlay hits, great. That's what it is. All right.
Right now, and on my bookie, Strickland is over 3.5. I'll take that all day.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great play.
Put 40 on Strickland, pays you back $12, $13. Right? You put $13 on one of those parlays. It is what it is. Like,
I'm really comfortable with Sean Strickland winning this fight, and he's only a minus 150 right now to take money line. So if you want
$40 on Strickland over 3.5 will win you $29.40.
There you go. And then so put $29 on a parlay. Like oh well, boom, you're even. All right. Yeah. Now let me go on my rant because there is no show on Saturday. There is no show for the rest of July. The VTT Trash Talk Hour takes a vacation in July. But let's cover this again. It goes from, Buddy's Honesty Cap to the Book of Earl. July 4th is coming up. All right. For the love of God. It's on the same day every freaking time. All right. If you can't handle fireworks,
4th of July, it's same day every year.
The same day every year.
Yeah, they got a box of numbers.
If you can't handle that, all right, I'm not judging you. All right. I'm not against you.
I am totally judging you.
But for the love of God, leave your neighborhood, okay? Go into the woods, pitch a tent, all right, and smoke some weed. Do whatever.
Don't ruin a good day. Don't ruin a good excuse for flipping some dead cow on the grill and drinking some beer. Don't ruin it for everybody else.
Okay? Oh my gosh! Like I don't care. Like I honestly want to know where you've been. If you're triggered by explosions, I want to know where you've been because Bill here has been in some explosions. I know Joe's been in some. I've been in some. All right, Adame's on the chat thread. Not sure if he's been in some because he was in 101st and all that kind of bullshit. But so honestly, let me know about July 4th. What triggers you? Okay, because when the boom goes off and I got a hot dog in one hand, I got
the one with the streamers because that's just like a mortar.
Yeah,
see?
And I'm sitting there like that was
cousin
really
was
loud.
in Desert Storm.
Holy shit, that was loud! But I have a hot dog in my hand. I got a beer in the other. Right? Like there is nothing about Iraq or Afghanistan that is happening right now. Nothing.
I may go berserk and watch a baseball game. Who knows? I don't know if I have enough time.
Hey, here's the other thing about the rant. All right, fuck your dog. Okay, fuck your dog. I don't care about your dog. Okay, it's July 4th. I am gonna blow shit up. All right, because the reason that we have the greatest country in the world, and I'm telling you right now, you liberal douchebags. Okay, this is the only country where you can come from another country and start.
I like when you talk like that.
There is no other country where you can do that. You can't unless you got a lot of money. You can go to Mexico and buy some drugs and shit, right? Like you can come from another country, and
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. You're an entrepreneur, all right? Gotcha. Like you're doing what you're doing. This is the greatest country ever established, right? The Romans were a great, they were a great. What is it? Freaking say the word, Bill.
Dude, have you heard about the passport, bros?
They were great, right? They were great, but they only allowed Romans to be Romans, right? They didn't allow anybody else to do anything. America is the only country that allows anybody to be anything, right? Like literally, we are now trying to fight for the 0.001% of people who don't even know what fucking dick they have.
Yeah, see,
right?
Nick, Bill, and I could never be made because our mothers are quarter Irish. See, to be made, they've got to trace you all the way back to the Sicilian.
Empire. So Keith coming out of Washington State Field says empire. Yeah, they were a great empire, right? But they only allowed themselves to be great. Here in America, we allow everybody to be great. All right, you can literally not know you cannot know whether or not you should have a dick, and you're still accepted. Like we can't get much better than that. Do you know how we got that way, America? You know how we got that way, veteran trash talk land groundworks? Because we blew shit up. Okay, we blew everything up, and we blew all them fucking redcoats back to the goddamn sea. All right, that's what we did.
This is how I snarl when you talk tough.
So we blow shit up. All right, if you don't like,
you see how excited Bill's getting.
I know, like he blows
firing him up.
Bill kills hosts.
Having a hard time staying seated.
Like I don't like. God, for the love, and I'm with you guys when you get the random firework on like September 5th, right? Where you're just outside sitting, and all of a sudden, like, boom, you're like, because shit, I got to go check and see if everybody's okay. Right. I got to make sure that I got to get 100% up, and then we're going to the wall, and we're going to go shoot everybody, okay? Like I got that. All right? But 90% of you whining about this probably didn't have to go to a wall and fight.
All right,
you didn't have to go to a wall and fight after the mortar round landed. Okay, you had to go into your bunker and you had to fucking be a big bitch about it. All right.
They mortared my room for 38 days
straight. I'm done with it.
Landed where we slept.
You know what? We built the deck. We built a smoking deck. All right, and Al Qaeda
they blew that up. When they mortared the cigarette deck, that's when we really started fighting. Like it was like, okay, you assholes. We were just over here trying to stay alive, trying not to go back in a box because we know whatever we give you, you'll fucking ruin it inside of 5 years. So we're just over here trying to do our time, and we build a smoking deck. You had to blow that up too. And it's like my dad always says, what did these guys ever fucking build? All they ever do is blow things up. So yeah, when they blew up the smoking deck, we were taking scalps that night. So one place you could go in your underwear and flip flops and have a cigarette.
Yeah, and they blew that up. You took away our happiness. All right, and so yeah. So when an explosion goes off, sometimes I think about my smoking deck. All right, and however, all right, VTT community, I'm just begging you, please. You're gonna get a big fucking ear of the big Earl, and I'll have to fire 6 more admin after like they try to defend you. Right? It's July 4th. Go somewhere else. All right. Like
big things go boom. Big things go boom.
Just go dig a hole somewhere and hide in it. Okay. Because I can't help it anymore. But anyways, that's my rant. All right. I had to get it off my chest. Yeah. I don't want to do it this year again. July 4th is the greatest day in the history of the world. The history of the world. It was meant for
cold beer.
And guess what?
Burgers, brats, sauerkraut.
Shit up. Okay, we blew up everybody.
Mustard.
We killed everybody, okay, to make this happen, all right? And therefore, you, not knowing if you have a dick or not, can start a business and call it this business with people for dicks. We don't care.
We dipped our toe in and we waded into the deep water on you, didn't we?
Blowing shit up.
That's what we did here.
All right, so now, okay, all right, we're over it. We're over it. I'm over it. You're over it. Everybody's
Bill,
over
we're
it.
in deep waters.
Let's get back to the point of where we want to make some honor in this show. And we got to go back to Bill here, who's been just waiting. All right. Now, those of you who have blown shit up, those of you who have fought, those of you who have lost a brother and a sister, right? Like, we're with you. We're on the same page with you. Everyone on this
same team, bro.
Everybody here, we've all seen it. We've felt it. We've done it. And I always give Bill credit for this. I give Bill credit for this because even for years, I never thought about it this way. Never thought about the kids. Never thought about the Gold Star kids. So, Bill, floor is yours. Gold Star Teen Adventures, send it.
Okay, once again, I will talk about 2 organizations that I've been involved with. First one, goldstarteenadventures.org. Please go there, donate money. They have shirts and bottles and towels you can buy as well. But Gold Star Teen Adventures, they get all of our Gold Star kids that are out there, and they bring them together a couple times throughout the year. They get them scuba trips, deep sea diving trips, fishing trips. They take them on obstacle courses, camping trips, anything you can think of to get all these kids together. And secondly, wearblueruntoremember.org, same thing. They take a bunch of Gold Star kids, they pair them up with mentors. They get them ready for 5Ks throughout the year. They also take on mountain hikes and everything else. Because again, when it comes to Memorial Day, July 4th, Veterans Day, everybody says Till Valhalla and all the things you can think about. And everybody forgets that there's Gold Star family members left behind. And the only time they get remembered is on those days where they get a front row seat to some, super sad event. Both these organizations bring these Gold Stars kids together and they remind them that they haven't been forgotten. People still care about them. They mentor them and they bring them on trips throughout, the U.S. and they pair them up with mentors. So please, goldstarteenadventures.org and wearblueremember.org. Please go to those organizations, donate your money. All the money goes towards these Gold Star kids. I'm involved in both organizations. They're absolutely phenomenal. So please go to those 2 organizations, donate your money. All the money goes towards the kids, unlike a lot of the, the bullshit charities that are out there. Both these organizations have won awards for how much of your donation goes directly to the kids. So goldstarteenadventures.org and wearblueruntoremember.org.
Perfect. There you have it. And again, before we close this out, fuck your dog on July 4th. All right. I don't care about your dog. Your dog can have a very bad day. I don't care. Okay. Because it's a dog. All right. To fucking cover Puffy's fucking ears. All right. Done with it.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. Hey, we'll see you guys next Friday because we have a pay-per-view coming up, right? Or are they off? Oh, perfect. After the 4th weekend. Hope you guys have a safe 4th. Remember, don't drink and drive. Don't do it. I'm about to go get in an Uber right now and go catch the end of the comedy tour here in El Paso with a combat veteran. I'm going to go check that out. If you're not there, go get there in El Paso. Other than that, love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Party.